Alright, pop tutorial. So, starting out, you want to shoot these two balloons. Alternatively, you can just go through the level like normal and shoot them with this fireball and then immediately fireball over. Doing that is a little bit slower, but not that much. I suggest just doing these two shots because it's pretty easy and faster. After that, you want to instantly fireball, and you want to pick up the first Godspeed with your head, and then after that, these two Godspeeds will depend on if you're doing old pop or new pop, which I'll cover both of them in this video, because they have different heights. To help give reference for the height at which you want a Godspeed for both old pop and new pop, I have Floyd standing here. He's useful for the reference for old pop, so basically a little to the left of the middle of between this wall and this line on the floor. And I have Mario standing right here. This would be reference for new pop. It's just on this corner around where you can see from out here. If you're able to get someone to stand in either of these positions, I think it'll be very helpful for learning the level, because they allow you to get this above water much more consistently. For old pop, I like to imagine that I'm landing on the head of a neon white and then immediately jumping to get the above water. So just for what that looks like in action, here's a run of me doing it. This is what I used, or in my mind, this is what I used in order to get the above water pretty consistently. For new pop, you want to, instead of landing on it, you want to be basically at head height level of a neon white. That's at least what I use as scale, so here's what that looks like in a run. I find that this is very consistent. The timing of the Godspeeds may differ a little bit depending on how you do it, but like that. Whoa. Explaining how the above water works in game doesn't work at all, so I'm gonna open up MS Paint and show you all. Okay, as you can see here, I have a very helpful graph of the waterway. So, as you can see, this is the water right here. So, the way the above water works is that there is just a parallel line above it, of above water. Your goal with pop is to stay within this dark blue. And doing that is really weird and kind of feel-based. So it'll take a minute to understand. The way that the above water works is the exact same in both old pop and new pop. It's just the way that you get to it is different. So when you are in this above water, there are two ways you can traverse it. I like to look directly down the waterway and just strafe left and right. However, I know that there are other ways to do it. Well, really one other way. It's just holding W and looking left and right. I can't do it. I don't know. Well, I can kind of do it. It's hard, is my point. And if you find it easier, then go for it. Both ways are perfectly fine. Just do whatever feels good for you. Yeah. As to the reasoning why you strafe left and right, or look left and right on the waterway, if I just hold W here on this waterway, you can see that I'm popping off of it. That is called a kickflip. Each one loses about 0.1 to 0.2 if I'm remembering correctly. So obviously you want as little of those as possible. What's happening is that you're building speed from the above water too fast, and it's making you go too far forward without enough down velocity. So you just pop off and lose a lot of speed. What strafing left or looking left and right does is it sort of keeps that speed in check while still being fast. So you don't lose any time from doing it, and you just keep a steady above water the entire way. Also, something very important of note, do not just hold down left and right while doing this. It's a finicky process. Sometimes you need to hold it down, sometimes you want to just tap it. A lot of the time, for the first waterway, typically you can get away with just holding down left and right because of the speed that you get. For the second waterway, you generally want to just be tapping left and right because if you hold, then you will just land on this waterway, and it'll make you just lose a ton of speed because you now don't have above water, and you have to just walk down. As for the transitions between the waterways, there's not much to it. If you generally just want to be holding forward for maybe a second or two after coming off this waterway, just so you can make sure you keep this above water, and then you can start strafing left and right. You just want to build enough speed so that you don't instantly land on this waterway. Something of note for both Old Pop and New Pop, do not get a ringer boost from this guy. It will pop you way off the waterway and make you lose a ton of time, as well as likely making you slam into the waterway, making it impossible for you to get the above water again. So you want to kill this guy as early as possible. Ideally you don't get any boosts or one from him. Yeah. For New Pop, there's really only one thing of note, and it's that you do not have to kill this guy, and in fact it makes it way easier and sometimes faster, because as you shoot this bomb, sometimes you will get a few of the bullets from that ringer in the boost. I admittedly would not try to do Old Pop for Sapphire. It's certainly possible. It's sub 23 is possible with it. I believe AJ's time has it, but it's just not worth it with New Pop being significantly faster. With New Pop, you either just need a good boost at the end or a good waterway, and that's Sapphire. For Old Pop, you need both a very good waterway and a very good boost at the end. So it's just significantly harder for no reason. So yeah, I would suggest doing New Pop. For New Pop, really the only big thing of note is the ending. Because you need to land on the waterway to be able to jump and get the Purify boost. Full disclaimer, it's not very consistent. I found that one of the easiest ways to do it was get a bunch of ringer boosts, and then I bonked there, but get a bunch of ringer boosts in order to get a big kickflip, and that'll make you go off the waterway and then land down on it, and so you're able to jump, and then you're able to easily get a good Purify boost from that. There are other ways to do it. You can just hold forward and pray. You can press W and D together to sort of push yourself into the waterway. I'm a hold forward and pray type of person. It's annoying. A full disclaimer: the ending is the most annoying part of the level. But other than that, there's really not much else to talk about with it. If you want a Sapphire time, get a good waterway. Ideally, you get a little bit of boost off of that, but it's not required for Sapphire. And then just throw the bomb at these guys. Sapphire is not super hard on this level. I think a lot of people can get it. It's just a very weird one to go for. I believe in you all. Good luck. Again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the speedrunning server. I'm always happy to help. I like this level a lot. It's very fun. The mod that I used to get the 2 other player ghosts, being Mario and Floyd, shout out them, by the way, for helping with this video, is Neon Network. You can find it in the speedrunning server. There are a lot of cool people there. Come join. Other than that, there's not much. I believe in you all. You can get this. Good luck.